All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we had a Houston Rockets video for you guys. They made a signing. So if you enjoy this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Do this every day. I really appreciate it. I have been looking forward to making this video for a couple of days now. I've actually been hoping to make this video for months now because Armani Brooks is finally on the Houston Rockets after they waived Ben McLemore and Justin Patton. So he is a 22-year-old shooting guard out of Texas. This is my favorite part about Armani is that he is Texas born and bred. He went to Texas. He was born there, went to high school there, went to U of H, and then now he's on the Houston Rockets. He is 6'3", about 195. Got undrafted about 2 years ago, so he's not too old. He's not that old at all. Played basketball under Kelvin Sampson. As a junior, went 13.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game in about 30 minutes. He made the All-AAC second team and the All-AAC tournament team. He then declared for the draft and lost his final year of eligibility. So Armani, what makes him so special is 100% his shooting ability. It's just 100% his shooting ability. This dude can hoop. 100%. So in his two final college seasons with Houston, he averaged almost 3 makes per game on 40% shooting. In 15 games for the Vipers, he averaged about 17 points per game, about 4 rebounds per game, about 3 assists per game, and a steal. He led the G League in threes made while averaging about 3.8 on 38% shooting. I honestly, I would not be surprised if Armani Brooks ended up being, I'm not talking, superstar, but I would not be surprised if this dude came onto the Houston Rockets and immediately, not only, I know he's going to be a fan favorite. He already is. I mean, this dude, Texas, baby. He is all Texas, and he went to U of H. Even more of just a beautiful storyline, but we needed a lethal three-point shooter badly. Ben McLemore just was not the same this year. Got COVID early on. There's no James Harden, Russell Westbrook giving him wide open threes. What I like about Armani so much is this was actually in the podcast that he was talking about. It was a super low-key podcast. What was it? He said he would rather go to a rebuilding team than a championship team. Right? So he would rather go on a team that is, he didn't use the word suffering, but basically what he was trying to get at is he loves the process. He loves the process of losing games you should have won, blowing leads, all that stuff, because it just makes him work harder. And Armani's work ethic seems to be just unbelievable. Keep in mind, he was barely recruited out of high school, kind of made a total name for himself. He actually talked about a story how he would get just absolutely flamed by Dotson at U of H. And then he started to win a couple more possessions, gained his confidence, and then here he is now. But lethal three-point shooter at just 22 years old. That is absolutely perfect because you take a look at the Houston Rockets and they're 13-37. 13-37. It's just, it's tough. It really is tough. So the Rockets team is totally tanking. They're totally rebuilding. They've got a bunch of guys like, KJ, Kevin Porter Jr. KJ Martin the other night did very well for him. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, threw in 2 blocks. It was his first time in double figures in almost a month, not almost a month, 2 or 3 weeks. And then blocking 2 shots for the 5th time this season. He's been huge, but he just doesn't provide enough scoring or much help. If we're talking fantasy-wise, like Kevin Porter Jr. does. But KJ Martin, Kevin Porter Jr., Jae'Sean Tate, these guys are clearly going to be a part of the Houston Rockets' future. And just night in, night out, Jae'Sean Tate is actually balling out. Kevin Porter Jr. is making game-to-game strides. So I absolutely love it. And then KPJ or sorry, not KPJ. KJ Martin has been honestly just consistent and reliable ever since he got to the Houston Rockets. I know that Armani's going to come in here and fit very well. Very, very well. Hopefully, this is my one concern, is that they give him minutes. I really hope that they give him minutes. I know they will, but something that does concern me is kind of what happened with, like, Anthony Lamb, where they call him up. He had just great... He just had kind of great reviews in the G League, Anthony Lamb. Comes to the Rockets, gets like 10 minutes in his debut in garbage time, or 8 minutes or whatever it is, and does not shoot the ball well. So after that, he kind of was in the doghouse and barely got to play. And when he did get to play, he did not make good use of it. So he struggled to find playing time. He struggled to do well. And, it kind of makes me worry about Armani, just because you got like Eric Gordon returning, David Nwaba returning, Kevin Porter. There's just a bunch of guards on this Rockets team. So I love it. I think you guys will be very thrilled with this signing. And I really hope it pans out. I'm not going to go out and say anything crazy after I did about Anthony Lamb. I said Anthony Lamb's going to be a beast. Still think Anthony Lamb is a beast, but he was not a beast on the Houston Rockets in his brief time that he got to play. So I hope it's just different with Armani, because, this dude, I don't know if it was the podcast, listening to the podcast with him, or just kind of keeping my eye out on him all G League season and just kind of hoping that the Rockets call him up eventually. Even when we had, like, James Harden. I know it sounds crazy, but he'd create some wide open shots for Armani. That's going to be it for today. Let me know what you guys think about this signing. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you did, and I will see you guys later.